The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. Muted.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good evening, everybody. Let's just do a few minutes here, make sure that we have excellent audio. Can everybody hear me? Well, hello, Quinn. Hello, Richard. I'm hoping this is my Richard S. from Tokyo turning in. Absolutely. Dave, excellent. Glad that you're here. Anthony, Rodney, excellent. Alex, Bob, Dave, Daryl, I saw what you did earlier with your first purchase and then the second purchase, and I want to connect with you later just to make sure that there was no confusion. I've got a couple different ideas I'd like to run past you. So, and I know, Daryl, you know who I'm talking about, the Australian Daryl. So, yep, exactly. I saw what happened. I sent you the email, and then I saw you went back in. So I've got a little something special just for you because that shows me that you want to take action. And, in fact, I have something special for everybody. But, Daryl, since you bought twice, I want to, after we're done, I want to get that rectified. Make sure that I just want to massively deliver maximum value. Oh, wow. And I don't know what country. I think it's Swedish, but I'm not sure how to say your name. H-E-F, and I can't even begin to pronounce that one. Well, thank you, Daryl. Jeff, good to see you. Jim, Kathy, hello. Keith Avery, how you doing, Doc? Gotcha. Ram, it's always wonderful to have you here. Richard, of course, from Tokyo. I'm honored and pleased that you're here. And your request actually prompted a couple different thoughts that I want to share with the class tonight because you asked a fantastic question about what if you're in one country. And Richard, by the way, I know that he won't mind because we've conversed many times, but he is in Tokyo and he wants to work in the UK. And he asked me, he said, Wes, do you think that there's a way to be able to do this? And so we batted a couple ideas back and forth. And most importantly, the reason I'm sharing this with you now is if you have a question, please ask me because I believe I came up with the solution In fact, between the both of us, he has a sister in the UK, and so that solves the whole nightmare, and I can give him the secret sauce that's going to make this work. So if you have questions, please reach out. Hello, Tom. Good to see you. I got your request last night. I processed everybody's cards that asked for the personalized laminate cards. I got them done last night, and then I got up dark 30 this morning, and I'm very pleased and tickled to be able to bring you guys not only what I mentioned last night, but I think you guys are going to be absolutely tickled at what I have in store for you. I mean, I wanted to do so much more, but there's, only so many hours in the day, and I was right up until 9 minutes before the webinar, and I was still putting our notes together and getting everything done. And speed of implementation is so important. So I welcome you all. Let me go fix the color on the other machine so it'll record properly. There we go. All right. I don't want to lose our recording of our class. I want to ensure that we all have access to the copies because this is going to be important. Oh, Tom, as it turns out, I received an email from somebody that specializes in Canada, helping Google, and apparently we're going to be connecting here later on, and I will share with you guys. There's some stuff going on behind the scenes that is absolutely amazing. And after I got done with the cards, I went back in and I found in the forums where Jade had updated her post and removed all reference to any geographical location in its spreading. And there's some things going on that I was informed about today that once I verify what's going on, of course, we will continue to keep everybody updated. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get this. Let's get this going. And I want to welcome each and every one of you. I'm going to take a break for a minute. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to make sure I have my water, and then we're going to start. Questions. I will take breaks occasionally, and I will address questions during the breaks. If you guys have any questions, please note them in the chat box, but also make sure that you hang on to what your questions are, because I may not be able to go back in there and find them. Tonight, what I want to specifically focus on is I want to answer any questions that you have. For example, Richard asked if I had any ideas of how he could be in Tokyo and market in the UK. And there is a way that I have that I know will be effective. What I was worried about was the expense. So, and then we found the solution for that. So if you have questions, please ask. That is absolutely the most important part. And if you, just so everybody knows, this will be recorded. It will be in the download area. The download area right now is going to be moving. I just don't have the wireframe all done, but this is so critical that we act now. I could not wait until I had everything perfect to take action. And that is probably the most important point that I have to emphasize to you is it is never going to be the absolute best time to do anything. Right now is the time just to go and just do and get it out there. Just do it. It's never going to be the perfect opportunity time. As soon as you take that first step, the second step follows the third step, the fourth step, and then you're off and running before you even know it. So there is no 100% perfect time. And with that, Tim, it's going to be being recorded. It will be recorded, provided the recording spirits are in alignment and decide to play nicely with us. So we'll cross our fingers on that one. And also, there will be, this is going to be the first run through. I'm going to adjust and modify this presentation a little bit to better serve everybody. And again, if there's any questions, we're going to address those at breaks throughout the course. We should be done here in approximately, this is not going to go on all night. It's going to be pretty simple. It's going to be quick and to the point. So, and Tom, Tom's on the mark. He's got it. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be in the perfect position of, you know, everything to be able to help other businesses that Google is going to Googleize here without further notice. So, and it's coming, and this is why it's such a, and this is why it's so fantastic right now. So with that, let's begin. Let me grab a drink of water. Hello, this is Wes Harrison, and I want to thank you and welcome you to the first segment of Offline Barrier Breakers Offline Expert Academy. And what my students have found to be one of the most difficult tasks is getting the door open, building rapport, getting results, getting the referrals. It works in a circle system. Getting the door open is step one, and that's our primary focus on tonight. Tonight we're going to cover how to get some money in your pocket fast. We're going to cover how to create rapport quickly, how to demonstrate great value using the competition's keywords. Here's the secret sauce on this one. When you ask this question of the business person that you're talking to, this is golden too. Take notes on this. How would you like to know your competition's primary keywords that they're spending their advertising dollars on? How would you like to know which ones are performing the best? How would you like to know what their ROI is? Would that be of interest to you? This is after you have the ball going, after you have rapport going, but it takes your credibility to the next level, and it only takes a few seconds to show you. This is how we start getting money in your pocket fast. This is how we start building rapport quickly. How to demonstrate great value. Oh, I already read that one more time. How to position yourself quickly for success. What I'm talking about here is the mindset. You have to take action, and how to create a plan that you can implement as soon as this class is over. Do these sound like good topics to be discussing in tonight's class? Just type in the chat box if you think so. Absolutely. Your instructor, Wes Harrison. I've used the internet effectively as an offline marketer since 2009. That's when I posted my very first offline marketing video. It's still on page 1 to this day. It still works to this day. I didn't use the black hat systems. I didn't get mega links or any of that stuff. I just provided relevant content, and that is the secret behind making your offline marketing system work. Trying to manipulate the system and enhance anything that manipulates the system, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I've been a business owner since childhood. Let me clarify that. When I was younger, when I was a kid, I used to sell firewood on the beach for $5 a bag of the gunny sacks. I would go behind the furniture stores where they would cut up the scrap wood and they would throw it in the dumpsters. Well, I would go get the wood out of the dumpsters, I'd put it in gunny sacks, then I would take it down to the beach and I'd sell it for $5 a gunny sack. I just drug a big cart, I had this monstrous blue wagon that I could barely even pull when it was full, and my dad put some rails. It's about creative thinking. So when you have some questions or suggestions, I've been creatively thinking for a long time. I enjoy a challenging question. There's got to be a way to figure something out that we could do something to be able to make a profit off of it. I have active campaigns in multiple niches. Sometimes I just do niches just because I haven't done a niche like that before. My latest nightmare, and I say nightmare because there is absolutely no sense of urgency involved with it, is the orthotics niche. There's no sense of urgency, but what I'm finding out is I had no idea, no concept that flat feet is the #1 cause of foot pain, and that's what orthotics cures. I wouldn't have learned that if I didn't undertake the challenge of, and I told my client, I said, I have never built one, but let's put one together, let's experiment with it. If you'll cover the cost, another golden nugget, note this one, if you'll cover the cost. I told him the truth, I'd never done one. I said, but I'll do one if you'll cover the cost. And covering the cost meant paying me for the video interview time, paying me for the time to put the campaign together, paying me for putting the campaign together, the website, the hosting, and everything else. And now we have it testing. And I also have his permission to modify and use it as a template across the United States or wherever I want. So the golden nugget on this one is, will you cover the expenses? My passions are skydiving, teaching, and helping others, and that's why we're here tonight. The meat and potatoes of what we are here to learn is to help frustrated business owners. Personal story. I own Above and Beyond Auto Repair, an automotive repair facility, and Google delisted me one time. It took me 7 months, a series of appeals, to be told that, Wesley, unless you're spending $100,000 a month with us, you don't matter. That was all the way back 2009. That's what inspired me, or 2010, I'm sorry. That's what inspired me to start learning how to be a very effective marketer. Before that, prior to that, I was just messing around, but I was so passionate about skydiving, I started putting on videos about skydiving, and people started calling. And that's where I connected the dots. Hey, if I put out relevant content about something I'm passionate about and it starts generating phone calls, and I knew Tom was paying $50 to the skydiving coupon companies, I was like, Tom, if I could generate more phone calls, would you be willing to, slice off a sliver of that there cake? And he's like, absolutely. Except I made the mistake of I targeted a service that is offered that is not a high profit product or service that he offers. So golden nugget number 3 for the night is always ask this question. Listen, if I was to put a campaign together, or if we came to an agreement on something, what's the highest profit product and service that you offer? Because I've learned through marketing that it's just as easy to target and market something that you make a lot of money on as it is to market something, coupon clippers, and something that you lose money on. This completely warms them up. This goes all the way back to helping build the rapport. Now, let's really get started on the latest thing that Google has thrown out. This is the laminate card that I have given you in your members area. What all this does is this just gives you an announcement on your that you can have right there once you crack the door open, whether it's through, hey, I really like doing business here. However you want to present it, we're going to talk about different ways to present this in a second. I want to arm you with the tools and equipment and the knowledge that you need of what this laminate card represents. Google specifically, at the beginning of February, put this email out to business owners in Australia, and in the forum said, you don't have to worry about it. It's only for Australian businesses, and there's no need to concern or panic. February 18th, Jade Wang, she wrote, who is the Google Business Community Manager, she wrote and made a post that we're making map changes and now the Canadians are affected. I have students that are all the way over in Europe, India, and they have several clients throughout Europe, and those businesses are being affected. I have not heard of anybody yet in the United States, but when I go to the forum, I'm noticing a lot of people are having login problems, a lot of different issues over there, or within the United States, the questions that they're asking. So I was poking around in there today, and I found where Jade had made the post in a different forum, same forum, but completely out of the thread related to the Google Places, and I found the snippet. I posted the link for you guys. I created this card for your proof and verification that this is in fact real. I gave you both the links. Then I did one better because I received a phone call today from somebody who is just absolutely killing it with this, with exactly all they're doing is walking into business and going, hey, did you understand and do you know what Google's getting ready to do? You need to be aware of this. I can help you. And so what I did is I found those snippets on the back of your laminate card, and I just now put them into your members area on your laminate card revised zip download. You will find the back of the laminate card, and what the back shows, and I'll show you a picture of the back that I made you here in just a second. If you flip the front of the card over, if you just take this, hey, check this out, and of course business owners always lack three things. They lack time, they lack profits, and they lack customers, or they think they lack customers. But they won't have the time. That's where you can go, oh, well, if you haven't seen it yet, here's the email that they sent you. Here's the post, February 18th. Up in the top right-hand corner, you can see it very, very clearly. This is Jade. She is the Google Business Community Manager. She is, this is her exact post. What I did is I went to the other form and I pulled it down, and I wanted to show where the Canadian listings are now being affected, even though at the beginning of February they said, oh no, that's not going to happen. And Google has in fact confirmed that they are making changes, which led to a conversation that we're going to have in the future once I verify what it's coming. Long story short, this is serious. This is coming, and you can use this to your advantage. So what I did is I built the back of the card. Now I know on the slide it doesn't look like it's the 8 by 11, but it really is. And I've just put these two on the back of the card. You have the PSD file so that you can create this however you want, or you can leave them just blank like that. You know, it's just on the back of the card. I wanted to give you a way to show instant proof that Google is in fact doing this while they're standing right there. If they don't have time to check the computer while you're standing right there, you can hand it to them. And something that's been working out very, very well, that conversation was, as soon as they hand the laminate card, I haven't noticed it because I just get to going, and before you know it, they're cutting me a check. But they notice that when they hand the laminate card over and the business owner has it, when they go to take it away, the business owner doesn't want to give it back. Powerful insight right there. So the easiest way to show the business owner what's going on with this laminate card is to place it in their hands so that they can see for themselves. Now, I have a couple different questions coming in, and this is the perfect time to answer these. So at this one, I'm going to take a break real quick, and then let's address these questions. Phew. Breathe. All right. Charles is asking, what are the 3 effective ways you would suggest that we use the laminate cards to get business? Oh, and Dave, yes, in fact, we'll address that one too. Dave is asking, can you show us how we can help fix a customer that has already been delisted? Dave, yes. Unfortunately, Dave, here's the deal. In fact, I'll address that here in a second. And Anthony is agreeing. Anthony is a rock star, and he's saying instant proof on the back. Absolutely. And actually, it was I forgot exactly who it was that called me and told me, and I'm so embarrassed. But I thought, that's brilliant. Heck yeah, take the proof and put it right on the back. Oh, you don't have time to see it? Here. This is the email that you didn't get that Google says, you know what? I'm going to add this to the back of it. Jade's official response is, we're sorry if it causes any inconvenience. Think about how, we're sorry if it causes any, if you don't jump through our hoops and you get removed from Google and it affects your business, so sorry. Craziness. Okay. Tim, your members area should have given you should have received the link as soon as you paid to be able to be on the webinar. You had to have received the link to the members area. If you did not, send an email over to support@wesleyharrison.com, and I will send you over the link as soon as class is over, or as soon as I get time. Sometime after class is over. I'll get it to you tonight, though, if you didn't get it. It's not a members area per se. It's a hidden page. I just didn't have time to build a wish list, and everything else takes a long time to get it all set up and get it all integrated. And I kept this class small enough that it's not going to be a nightmare. So with that, let's continue. Charles is asking an excellent question. What are the 3 effective ways that you would suggest that we could use the laminate cards to get business? The first way is contact who you know. When you're in person, this absolutely works the best. I'm talking about anybody, your family members. You would be amazed when you just anybody in your family that knows, works for anybody. This is real. This is coming. Your paycheck depends on your boss doing business. Even if you're an employee, take it to each and every person that owns a business and go, look what Google's doing. This affects you. You need to know about this. And in person, absolutely 100% is by far, 98% of the people I present this to instantly are like, dude, how much? The other 2% think about it for a millisecond and go, can I pay you? Can you bill me? And nope, can't. I can't. Instantaneously in person. Plus, I don't quit until they pay me. So contact who you know first. That is by far. Friends of friends, family members, anybody and everybody. That by far is the single most effective way to get money in your pocket fast. Now, here's the thing. This goes into what Dave is talking about. If they've already been delisted, the entire process has to start from zero. Dave, Google has come out and said, if you have already been removed as a business and you prove that you are in fact a business, you have to start from zero. Sorry for any inconvenience it may have caused. You lose your maps listing, you lose everything. Now, here's the catch. If you were delisted for any sort of spammy reason, and I was reading this in the forum, Google is getting serious about people that are trying to manipulate these search engine listings for their businesses and everything else. If your account was delisted, if your client's account was delisted because of shady shenanigans, you as a representative, you could have a problem because Google is not playing with this. In fact, I spent about an hour reading the thread for a business owner. He shared a video that Google considered kind of off the edge of the chart, and because he posted it, now pay attention to this, because he posted that video, which was out of the acceptable guidelines of Google, he posted it to his Google Plus page, which was connected to his business page. Google shut him down completely, and everybody else that had linked to that video, shut them all down. So the thread was talking about, what do I do as a business owner? Google says you have to appeal the process. I've been in that 7-month nightmare before. It's not fun. In the end, I did not get everything back, but I did get my business back on Google. She just said, Mr. Harrison, don't ever let anything like this happen again. And it was because I had linked to an affiliate ad that Google deemed bad. I didn't know that Truth About Abs was considered spam back in 2008 or 9 or whatever it was. And Google delisted me. No warning. They said they sent me notice, but they didn't. So this directly affects businesses everywhere. Now, on the other side of the coin, Dave, if a business has been delisted, you have to completely start from scratch. You have to re-verify the PIN. You have to re-verify the business address. Charge accordingly, because this is a long, drawn-out process. In all reality, and this was something I was going to talk about in a little bit, but since we're here now, plan on at least 6 hours of your time from beginning to end. It'll take a few weeks, but you will have on the clock at least 6 hours of time involved in reclaiming, optimizing, and getting their Google Places back to where it's supposed to be, their business listings back to where it's supposed to be. So think about that when you're billing this out. My recommendation is to charge at least $150 an hour, or the American equivalent, because the service that you're going to be providing over the 6 hours that it's going to take, they can break it up and they can bill it if they don't have the money right now. If you're helping a little smaller company, that's fine. It's important that you get it claimed before it gets delisted, and that's the secret on that one. Plan on 6 hours, and if you need to do some case studies and they want to and you ask them, and here's golden nugget number 4. If you're just starting out, do not be afraid to ask, will you cover the expenses? Now, when they say, what are the expenses going to be? You know you're going to have 6 hours in this, but you also know that you don't quite have all the experience to be able to charge the premium dollars. And So compromise, negotiate, tell them $300 and use it as a case study. And the only reason that you'll do it for that, is such an incredibly discounted price is because you want referrals. And get them to agree to the referrals before you accept to take the job. The next way to use this, and this is directly related to Richard's scenario where he is in Tokyo and he wants to market in the UK. The second thing that I have found the most effective for myself through all these years of doing all this is a physical mailer with a video, which makes the physical mailer lumpy, of approximately 45, 90 seconds. Mine actually went 2 minutes. So far, I'm averaging right at a 17% response rate where they are calling me. I haven't even gone back through and called the people that I've mailed to that have not. I've just been so busy. But right off with it's the video that makes the difference. I tried this before without a video, and I got zero. I didn't get zero. I got it right at the average industry standard of 3%. But with the video with me, and I also put in the video, I did it several different ways, and I will show you. I will add it to the members area, the layout of exactly what I did to make the lumpy mailer so effective. I did a video, I put it in a slimline CD case, I did a cover letter, I put the video online so that they could see it at YouTube. I put the, if you want more jumpers, call me. I know how to fill your planes. I specialized in the skydiving niche, and it was just an absolute phenomenal return on the results of sending out the physical mailer. Email, I did not have much response with, and actual phone calls, if you have a reason to call businesses to begin with, you will have much more success. The problem is that you have to remember they are getting 300 phone calls a day about SEO, Google Places, Google Place One, SEO, Page One, SEO, coffee, page one, and your website, we can't find it, directory listing. They are bombarded. They're immune to this, and that's why the gatekeeper has such a hard, is so cold to you when you call, because you truly do want to help. If you do a physical mailer with the video, you can call and say, hey, did you receive the package that I sent you? If they say, what package? Go, that important package that I sent Bob. This is Charles. I need to talk to Bob. Make sure they got that package, because this is very critical to your business. You don't understand what Google's going to do. You do like getting your paychecks, don't you, Nancy? Well, then I'd suggest you let me talk to Bob. You have a reason to call. Now, whether that'll work or not, it depends on your tonality, it depends on your personality, and it depends on whether or not you have the leather-like skin that it takes to be a phone solicitor, because that is a tough road. But Anthony, I did the video. Anthony is asking about what format to put the video on. Anthony, I did a Chamber of Commerce meeting where there was 27 businesses, and I think there was about 27. Maybe there was 30. Anyways, I made a complete package of not only video, but I put all kinds of different files and information that they needed to know, and I put it all on a nice USB drive with a little lanyard and a business card, and I made an entire, just a whole gift package. And not only did I engage in everybody at the chambers and had interesting conversations, but not one phone call resulted of that. Not one. I was surprised, because of course everybody and their brother was, oh, Wes, yeah, I'm going to call you. But I did not receive one phone call. What I did is I took the video, I burned it to DVD, then I put it in a slimline DVD case, then I put a yellow Post-it on it that says, watch this, it's important, call me, Wes H, because I had read somewhere that it increases, it makes 100% return, and that is absolutely false. What every single person called me back, the very first thing they said was, Wes, I liked your video. And it was the video. It was me being me on the video, talking about, I can help you with the problem that you have. I'm very good at what I do. Call me, because I did it over here and I can do it for you, but I can only work with a few people. And that's basically what my video says. It's online. I'll put the link in the members area for you. And then now, the next most effective way is presentations. I did a presentation for a group of chiropractors about getting more clients. One of my niches is the chiropractic niche, and currently for the chiropractors that I work with, we have clients that fly in from around the world to see them specifically because of the engagement that we create when we're doing our videos. If you can do a live presentation, if you are involved in meetups, if you are involved in group collaborations of businesses where business owners get together, take this laminate card and stuff it in their face and say, you don't understand what's going to happen to your business, and I'm here to help you, and just force them to see the value that you're saving their business, whether they know it or not, especially when they read the little thing about Google, you know, sending out the email, and if you get it, you get it, and if you didn't, you didn't. If you get delisted, sorry for any inconvenience it may cause. Not that it could cause. So we are sorry for any inconvenience it may cause. That means that they're just going to do it regardless if it hurts businesses or not. This is huge, and it's the bottom. It's next to the bottom of their official response to if you lose your business. The secret formula for making all this happen. We're going to take a break right here, and I'm going to ask, does anybody want to know my secret formula for being able to explode clients? I am going to tell you, you are going to think, oh, Wes, you got to be kidding. But I am dead serious, 100% as a heart attack, and it works like gangbusters. Not only that, it solves all the problems that you're currently experiencing, hands down. Hands down. Show us. Quentin Charles is like, show us. Quentin, yes. Heidi's, yes. Rodney, yes. It is so easy. And Anthony's a fellow marketer. He says, I can think of a client or two I'd like to explode. All right, let me catch my breath here real quick. Oh. Good deal. 37, 27, 37. Does anybody have any questions on what I just went over before we start phase 3? Because we're right on time. Oh yeah. Daryl's like, oh yeah. All right. I'm not seeing any questions come in. I came in late. Did you talk about? Nope, Heidi, we haven't talked about pricing yet. Well, I did. $150 an hour, unless you're just starting, but I suggest minimum $150 an hour to help them with their Google Places listing. And Richard, absolutely. Well, Richard's asking a fantastic question. Is there a way to encourage people who don't already have a Google Plus listing yet? Richard, let's clarify this real quick. First off, if they don't have a Google Places listing yet, they're going to be a very tough road to crack, number one, because they're not really going to lose any business for being listed, number one. Number two, if they're not spending any money on any form of advertisement, then they don't get it. They don't understand how important it is to be advertising. So your higher profitability clients are going to be those that recognize the value of being on the maps, number one. Number two, you can educate them to the fact that over 60% of the searches are now done on mobile and mobile devices, and that the Google Maps listing is directly connected to the mobile search. I mean, 100%. And not only that, Apple, the Siri search engine, uses the directory listings on Yelp for. Now, here's a tidbit. This doesn't have anything to do with tonight, and I may edit it out, but Siri is listing local businesses by their Yelp ratings. If they have a 5-star Yelp rating, they will be moved up the list on the Siri search. Just a tidbit on that one. All right, let's. Oh, all the questions exploded all of a sudden here. So, Richard, did that answer that question? You want to position your services with clients that are actively spending money on advertising. And Keith is asking about calling on clients that you can't see, the physical mailers. You want to send the physical mailers. Great. In fact, I'm glad that you brought that back up because I did not finish that thought. What Richard and I had talked about, since he's in Tokyo, I was worried about what it's going to cost, because here in the United States, for my 9x13 envelope with my 5 pages because I wrote a 3-page sales letter plus the cover letter plus the other letter. I put a 5-page package together with the DVD, with the slimline case, with the Post-it note. It was right at $2.28 per piece to mail. And I mailed exactly 100 of those original ones that produced the 7. It was the highest response I've ever received. My phone blew up. As a matter of fact, I got so busy, I wasn't even able to service all the calls that I received back. So what I was suggested to Richard was that, physical mailers, but since he's in Tokyo, that's going to be, that's going to be some big money. Well, as it turns out, he has family that lives in the UK. So he can make the videos, he can do the research in Tokyo because the internet's everywhere, and then his sister can help him with packaging everything up and sending it out. So that's how you can contact people that you're not in the area of. It runs a little bit more, but if you're in person, and we're gonna get the secret formula here in a second. If you're strapped for cash, I'll tell you how you can put money in your pocket tomorrow, and you too. This works. Miranda's came back downstairs. She was upstairs, and while we're on break, I just wanted to share. She's knocking it out of the park with these websites. It's just incredible. That's awesome. It's all about taking action. 6 weeks ago, she knew nothing. Now she's selling websites. And all we did was just mention it. So here's a shameless plug for Miranda. If anybody here, but you won't need it, because she already built the sites you guys are going to get anyways. But if anybody wants help with their website, her services are available. MirandaLMoore.com. I'll give it to you at the end of the thing. So let's get back to this. Now, Dave is talking about the old laminate card. Google is saying that you need to make the changes by the February 21st, and it's March 3rd now. Dave, that was in the Australian market. That official confirmation, that email got sent out down to the Australian business owners on February 1st. Google gave them 3 weeks. If you read the post, Google gave them 3 weeks to comply or lose their listing. And then everybody went in an uproar and said, oh, no, and Google said, well, it's not anywhere else in the globe. It's only the Australian business owners. And then people in Europe started losing their listings. In New Zealand started losing their listings. And now it's in Canada they're losing their listing. Dave, how long is it before it gets here? Read the entire thread. Don't let this happen to the business owners that you like. I've been Googleized personally, and I'm telling you, it is not a fun position to be in. Yes, Kathy is asking a fantastic point. By helping them optimize their listings, Kathy, it's just the re-verification and the reclaiming of their business listing that prevents it from being lost. Google just wants, here's what Google wants, Kathy. Here's the bottom line. Google wants them to join the Google Plus business section, period. So what they're doing is they're making business owners, whether they've claimed it or not, they have to go back in. And then as you go through the hoops and loops and jumps to reclaim their business, you have to sign up for the Google Plus account, which is exactly what Google wanted to begin with. Charles, it's support@wesleyharrison.com. Just go to the Wesley Harrison and the support tabs up on the top, and you can get a hold of me there. Tom, not 100% sure what we've got here. Did I miss something? Feedback on some of the comments above. Oh. Tom, that's beyond the scope of what we're doing here. Reach out to me and talk to me about that, and I will happily discuss anything with anybody about ideas and systems. Tonight, this is about getting the door open and providing massive value. I don't want to go off on all the other services that we could offer. That comes through the course of just having the conversation naturally. I'm catching up, and then we're going to get back on phase 3. Rodney, that's beyond the scope of this. And Anthony being a fellow marketer, he is suggesting, he's seconding the minimum $150 an hour, and then do not reduce your price. Throw in a Google Plus setup, throw in a YouTube banner ad, throw in a couple extra little goodies to under promise and completely over deliver. Anthony, that is exactly what I do. And Kathy, you're absolutely right, but that's beyond the scope of this. I don't know how to say your name. I believe somebody's asking about the sales letter that I used for the skydiving. I will give you my rendition. I'll alter it ever so slightly. But unless you're a skydiver, it's not going to make any sense to you. But I do have some excellent templates that I will be supplying. Just it's one day at a time here. Oh, Keith is sharing. Keith, I'll connect you and Richard. We'll talk about that. But you're absolutely right. In fact, I'll just do this. No, this is for everybody because you guys, there's people from all around the globe here. Keith is suggesting, and he's absolutely right about this. Richard, being out of the country, you can use a U.S. drop ship email service and deliver the postal. And they only chat. I know USPS store, the United Parcel Postage Store, will package stuff up and do it. And they only add like 30 cents, 40 cents for doing all the grunt work of putting it. And it took Miranda and I a good 3 or 4 hours to stuff all 100 envelopes and put everything together and all that stuff. So if you do the math on what it costs per hour and how much they charge, it actually would have been cheaper to pay them to do it. But the experience was priceless. So there we go. And Alex, not 100% sure what you mean on that. There's more to this picture. If Alex, I believe, is asking, Alex is saying the dentist assistant does the listings herself. So I don't understand how it could be used as a business offer. And Alex, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that, but if she takes care of all the Google business listings and all the citations for the site, there are so many different things that she probably isn't addressing. You could certainly say, hey, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Are you aware of this change that Google is going to be doing? And if you haven't seen it yet, be aware of this. By the way, you guys are an awesome dentist, and I really enjoy coming here, and that's why I wanted to bring this to your attention. What if, and this is just an idea, since you do all the optimizing and everything, I notice that you don't have any videos and you don't have testimonials. What if I was to make some video testimonials and put them online? Would that be okay? Alex, you're going to get taken right to the Mr. Dentist himself, I can assure you, because I've done it thousands of times. Anything that breaks the ice is what this is about. Number one. Number two, Alex, what I'm about to share with you right now, I guarantee you is worth the price of admission, and we're only at the halfway point. So at that, let's begin. The secret formula I personally use over and over and over, especially when my back is against the wall. And here it is. And you guys are going to think I'm nuts, but I am telling you this works. If you will commit to contacting 100 businesses in a day, and you're thinking, what? If you will commit, say, listen, when you wake up in the morning, set your goal the night before and say, I am going to talk to 100 business owners today. I'm going to go to 100 businesses, period. And I'm not talking about franchises and all that. I'm talking about go to 100 businesses. Walk in that door with that laminate card, announce who you are and why you're there. My name is Wesley Harrison, and I'm here to bring to your attention that Google is getting ready to screw your business royally. Here's the proof. Who do I need to show this to so that it doesn't ruin your business? And I'm telling you, at the end of 100, you will have clients by the end of that day. You will have learned the lessons that you learn are absolutely invaluable. You will learn what the hot points are. You will learn what the trigger points are. You will learn what that no does not mean no. No just means that they don't understand what it is exactly that you're talking about. And when you say, do you like getting paychecks? And they, well, of course. Okay, Google is going to take your business off of Google. And guess what? That's 60% of all the searches of all these people walking in the door looking at your business from the phone. It's going to be gone. That's going to directly affect your ability to go cash your paycheck. Do you understand what I'm talking about now? Anyways, long story short, if you commit to it, here's what happens. This is the reality of exactly what happens. You get up, you're fired up. We're going to do this. Yes, 100. Yes. All right. You head out the door, you hit the first 20 and you have 5 clients and you go, oh my God, I didn't know that. What am I going to do now? How am I going to do all this work? It's just amazing at the transformation that it makes. Now, let me share a story with you, and this is only for in-house. True, 100% true story. I run Elite Coaching. It's a mentorship program. I started it on January 1st, 2012. It has been solely responsible for more success stories than I could even begin to count. Some of you are a part of it. And this is one of the members, went from full-time mom, 3 kids under 5, not working, full-time stay-at-home mom, 3 kids under 5. She could not figure out how to connect the dots. How do I break through this barrier? What do I do? And I kept saying, just go talk to people and show them that you want to provide value. Go do this. She did it. Her first client was the Chinese restaurant that they were having dinner at. Her family was having dinner, and she started the conversation. They signed an agreement with her for $300. That was all she needed, was that first yes. Her next client was $22,000 a month. Within 3 months, she had college funds for the children. She'll never have to worry about how she's going to generate income again. The entire story of what this entails is beyond the scope of here tonight. This is about getting the ball rolling. How would a $22,000 a month client change your current situation? And I'm telling you, there are $22,000 a month clients within 100 businesses. If you will go talk to 100 businesses, you will find a $22,000 client nugget. I'm telling you right now. And part of this presentation is I'm going to show you how to identify those clients. Would anybody like to see that? Who agrees with me that 100 people, if you went to 100 businesses, you either would be something's majorly wrong or you're going to have clients, period. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Whew, that just gets me worked up. How to prove value fast. This is what we're going to do. Now, I have to step away from here, from the slideshow, and we have to go live. So I hope it doesn't bother you too much that we're going to go live. Let me kill the slideshow. Let's kill the slideshow. If it'll let me kill the slideshow. There we go. It's not, there we go. There we go. Oh, I guess it helps if I hit the right key, huh? All right. I'm going to run through this quick. You guys can do this. You don't have to spend any money to go do this. I just want to show you very quickly an easy way to go about providing value. This is after you have the ball rolling. If you've talked to 100 businesses and somebody says, well, that all sounds good. What is it, that you can do for me? Here's the magic secret sauce. Go back to golden nugget number 2. Would you like to know what your competition is spending all their money on their advertisements? Would you like to know what the keywords are? Would you like to know the return on investments? How interesting would you find that? And then when you show them this right here, let me find our list. When you show them what you can do with this right here, and I'm just going to pick this one because I already ran this, and I didn't pick the super whizzy bang ones or anything like that. Goss, Kansas City Personal Injury. They are a competitor for the law firm that I work with, number 1. Number 2, go to SpyFu. You don't even have to buy an account. They have a free trial. And I'm going to teach you the secret sauce on this one. Go to SpyFu. Run their website. By the way, this is $28 per click for this little. Plus, it's $28 whether the client is a client or not. If a client clicks on this, it's $28, just a FYI, so you guys know. Put Gosh right in here, and it returns back the information that you need to know. They're spending $1,000 a day. A day. They have spent up to $2,000 a day on AdWords. They are currently targeting 149 paid keywords. Their keyword for Kansas City car accident attorney, they are spending $50 a click, $73 a click, etc., etc., etc. And it gives you all the information. Now, for $70, you can buy into SpyFu and you can get all the detailed reports that you want. Trust me on this. If they're spending $1,000 a day, that's 30 grand a month. If you say, listen, I can help you with this, I can get you the targeted keywords that they're paying all this money for. Now, look, they're spending a ton of money here, but it's only costing. How are they spending $1,000 a day if their daily cost for this AdWord is 20 cents? That means people aren't looking for this. But what happens is when you have the access to SpyFu, you can go in here and you can see what they're spending all their money on, and I can target through my effective marketing campaigns. I can effectively target the words that they are spending all their freaking money on to get found for Kansas City car accident attorneys, and I don't have to spend that kind of money because I know how to optimize everything, which this is beyond the scope of this program. But trust me, when you say, would you like to know what your competition is spending all their money on? And unanimously, every business owner I've talked to says, well, yeah. Would you like to know what the return on investment is? Yeah. When I sit down and I show that, and I do this all the time. When I say, listen, here's what they're spending. What's your advertising budget? I wait for them to throw out a number, and it's usually more than what I was going to say to begin with. And I'll scratch my head a little. I'm like, you know, I could probably make that work. Let's do a couple test runs. Let's see how the numbers fit. Let's make sure it produces a return on investment, because unless I can bring people, and this is golden nugget number 5 or 6, unless I can bring targeted people that are specifically looking for your highest profit products and services through your door, so that you're engaging in business, so that the bank account profits are increasing, then we need to refine this campaign until we have a well-oiled machine that's depositing cash in the bank like clockwork. Then we can talk about renegotiating how effective it is and the price that will go. And unanimously, it's like, Wes, okay, sounds good, because I really don't want any more money unless it's absolutely producing a return on investment. And Keith, I use the paid account only because I use the free version to get a big account, and the big account part of the negotiation agreement was that since they wanted to emulate some of the bigger players in the field, I told them this is a necessary tool because I have to watch what they're doing to be able to counter maneuver, and let's let them spend. My client's competition, let me just put it this way. All right, here's the whole scoop. Does anybody want the whole scoop? Let's see who's awake. I was not going to share this, but I will if you guys want to know. All right. My client, they want a marketing campaign that emulates one of the biggest players in town. They are spending $250,000 a month. $11,000 a day. You can find the information out right here on SpyFu. I told him, I said, listen, here's the deal. You guys all you sat here, we all sat right here, we discussed who the competition was, and you said that this is who you very aggressively wanted to emulate, and you want to get a piece of that action. They are spending, and here's the numbers, and I showed them. Here's $220,000 a month, or $11,000 a day. Now, I can build a marketing campaign that targets the same exact 1,627 keywords that they are currently paying for, and I can do it in such a way that we don't have to pay for those 1,627 keywords every time somebody clicks on it. What is your budget? What do you have in mind? And the answer was, well, Wes, we certainly don't have $11,000 a day. Could we work something, could we work something out? Yes, we can. And the negotiations went on from there. Now, part of the negotiations was this tool is $100 a month, and I need you to pay for it so that way I can adapt my campaigns accordingly. This is what I'm going to have to do. This is what's going to happen. And I told them this up front. Okay, this is golden nugget number 7. Giant asterisks on this. If you get to this level of negotiations, huge giant asterisks, big, get your yellow highlighter out on this one. Tell them going into this that because that competition is spending $250,000 a month, and all of a sudden you're going to start popping up everywhere that they are paying all that money for, and we're not paying squat, it's going to piss somebody off somewhere, and somebody's going to just be pissed off. And there's unethical people when you're talking about this kind of money. There's very unethical people in the game, and they will sabotage your marketing campaigns because they're trying to save their profits. Trust me on this one. It is a fact. It is part of the journey. It is part of the learning lesson. Cover your tracks. This is advanced, super advanced stuff, but I am telling you now, if you make the statement that I'm effectively going to put a marketing campaign together that is not going to cost you what they're paying $250,000 a month for, number one. Number two, you're going to get the benefits of what they spent all their money on, because we're not going to target the other 1,000 keywords that aren't working. We're only going to target the 627 keywords that are the highest 80-20 rule. We're only going to target the top 5% of the top 20%. We're not going to blanket broadcast 1,627 different keywords in our campaign. We get to see the cream of the crop, and it will piss somebody off somewhere. Trust me on that one. So that's enough ranting on that one. Just prepare yourself for this, because it will come up. It will happen. Now, that's the big. Let's get back down here to reality. You guys all asked about plumbing last night. I was shocked that plumbing happened to be the #1 thing that you guys wanted to know. So I did emergency plumber, Kansas City, and what I came up with was SnakeRooter seemed to be looking like the one that was spending money aside from the national chains. Now, Tom is asking a fantastic question. How do you prepare yourself? Tom, if you go to 100 businesses and you just walk in that door and I'm here to help, and you give them no choice. I'm here to, by the time you have contacted and you have interacted with 100 businesses, Tom, your game is so refined. You know what to say. You know what they're looking for. You know who you can help. You know who you're never going to be able to help because they just don't get it. You're going to completely understand things from a completely different perspective, especially when you understand that they know nothing about all this stuff and you're there just to present value. You will build instant rapport with the people that you want to work with, and then it just builds from there. By the time you've done it 100 times, you're polished at it. Just trust me on this. So that's how you prepare yourselves. Just you go out and you just do it. All right. So now I want to let's get off the big numbers. Let's get back down here to reality for everybody else, so that I mean, it took me a while to work up to the big boys. So let's start off down here. Plumbing, emergency plumbing. These guys aren't spending $11,000 a day on plumbing, etc., etc. SnakeRooter, this is the company, and right off the bat, first off, they're spending money for Yellow Pages, and he's spending money on pay-per-click advertising. So let's use this one as an example. And the reason that I picked this one is only because you guys asked for plumbing, and I Googled emergency plumbing Kansas City, and that's what came up, so I grabbed the deal. He's spending right at $300 to $800 a day. And it looks like right now he's spending more money than he ever has for this one. Here's the paid keywords that he's spending his money on. Plumber Kansas City, plumbers Kansas City, plumber Kansas City, plumber. Now, if he's spending this kind of money, even if he's spending $800 a month, and you made this kind of a campaign, you could make a campaign. He's only targeting 11 keywords. You could easily make a campaign targeting these exact same keywords and say, listen, the minute you stop paying for your advertising campaign, your ads disappear. What if I was to make you a campaign that targets these exact keywords for $300 a month? And your ad will sit there forever. And that's, again, it's going deeper, but this is how you show value. Say, listen, and not only that, we can look at his competition. We can find out what his competition spending the keywords on, and everything. Boom, it's right there. When you use these phrases, business owner, you have their undivided attention, especially when you've saved their Google Maps listing, and then the conversation just goes there. Dave, it depends on how many clicks that they're getting, and it depends on cost per click, how many times it gets clicked on a day, and the algorithms. Ram asked about this too. Call SpyFu. They have proprietary algorithms that they run because all this stuff is tracked. The information, my law firm specifically asked me, because the information that SpyFu had about them and their advertising campaign was spot on, and they wanted to know how it was public information. So it's beyond. Don't worry about the minutia details. Just trust me that when you bring to their attention that you can provide the research analysis and show them the highest ROI words, the ads that were used in the words, and everything else, you have their undivided attention, which is the rapport that you needed to establish so that you could offer more and more services. Does that make sense? No, Ram is looking at it from, I think they're only spending $800 a month. I have to dig into this some more. It's saying daily AdWords pay-per-click budget, but when I'm looking at this, it looks like their total is $800 a month. Sometimes these numbers are a little misleading, and sometimes SpyFu changes things around a little bit on their algorithms, and this is their new portal. So I'm not 100% sure that it's $800 a day by this SnakeRooter. Not 100% sure. I would believe it through Benjamin Franklin because they're a franchise. I don't know if this guy is a franchise or not. And that's the other thing. If it is a franchise, the numbers here will be huge because they're going off the entire franchise ad spend, not just the local area. So be very careful on that one too. Like LASIK eye surgery, they pay their advertising, but it gets averaged across the entire United States, not just for your local area. But how about if you went to your local LASIK eye doctor that's here in the local area offering the services, and usually people will go about a 5-mile radius, and you say, how would you like to know the most effective keywords that LASIK eye surgery is spending $400,000 a month on? Believe it or not, Yellow Pages spends $2 million a month on advertising. It's crazy in Google. This is only Google, by the way. Now, the next one, so we're doing our research. Whoop, let's go here. Let's take a look at this one here. This was another competition for SnakeRooter. This one was A1 Sewer, $400. So you can make in these 192 keywords, and you can make an advertising campaign for this. Now here's the beautiful part about this. If SnakeRooter says, "No, get lost. I don't want you. I don't need you. I'm fine. Blah blah blah." Then you go, "Hey, no problem. Hey, Mr. Sewer and Septic, would you like to know what Mr. SnakeRooter's spending all his money on? Here's the research. This is what your advertising campaign is doing." And if you research this out and you learn this stuff, you could show them where they're wasting money on things that don't even matter. This is where the importance of establishing rapport just takes your value and pushes it through the roof. I am not, Alex is asking if I know if SpyFu works in Canada. I'm not 100% sure, Alex. I would suggest calling SpyFu. Okay, break time. Any questions on what I covered on that section? That was kind of a long one. Because now we're into bonus time. Bonus. Does anybody want bonus? Any goodies? Goodies. Does everybody understand? Get the door open, provide massive value, do a little bit of research. This is where all the magic happens. Commit yourself to talking to 100 business owners within the next week, and I promise you, you will have. By the way, Don did not talk to 100 business owners before he closed 9. As you will find out when you start going out and you have that laminate card, and the first couple you're going to falter on because you're going to be nervous, you're not going to know what to say and everything else, but the magic almost happens by itself as soon as you say, I just want, and that's why I encourage you to go to businesses that you already go to anyways and say, listen, you know, it's so nice that you're here because I really enjoy having the grocery store here. For example, I had no idea that my Price Chopper right down the corner, I engaged in conversation, and this is the way I got to the manager. I was leaving the parking lot, and the water was running down the side of the building so fast, and I was like, something's not right here, because they had just rebuilt it. Pipe broke. So I hung a U-turn because I saw an opportunity to be able to talk to a manager. And so pipe broke. So I went back and I said, hey, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but down there on the side of the thing, you got water running down. And he's like, no, I didn't know. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I got his name. I shook his hand and everything else. Now when I go in and I see him, I get to talk to him. But more importantly, I found out that they spent, what the heck was it? They do $950,000 a month. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. Their electricity bill is $50,000. I was like, holy crap! I could not believe $1 million a month. I was like, wow, that's big money. Anyways, and it's a privately owned corporation, and it's owned by the Ball. And did you know that their Google Places listing says that it smells like a sewer when you go inside? And it's because somebody posted a bad review for the bank that happens to be inside the building. So I brought it to his attention. I said, Jim, are you aware that this is what it says in Google? And guess what? Conversation started. Jim referred me up the food chain, and so we're in negotiations. And that's how it works. Start the rapport. I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but I like to share these stories. Oh, be willing to go talk to 100 businesses. You never know. I thought it was a major owned corporation. I had no idea. It's a family owns it. It's just a family owned corporation. Had no clue that's doing that volume, and they own several different grocery stores. Guess what? I can help them. All right, bonus time. No questions came in. Charles, as long as it records, there will be a replay. All right, while we're here, let's go back to this one here, if I can get it here. Positioning. This is going to help you. Quinn, can everybody hear me? Did we lose all sound? I hope not. Did we lose all sound? Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, here, this is for you guys. This is where I did this just because, just because I said I was going to do it, and so we did it. Let's go right here. Does anybody want? Does anybody want to see what the bonus? Has anybody taken the time to download the bonus website to see what it actually even looks like? Out of curiosity. I put all the tutorials in there. I put all kinds of neat stuff in there. And I just lost the screen. There we go. Has anybody seen it? Oh, you guys are going to be in for a treat. Does anybody want to see what it looks like? Here you go. I uploaded it right here in under 2 minutes. This website was installed in under 2 minutes. I made a consultant's website for you guys. And I just threw some stuff on here just so that you guys could see. Big eyes. That's funny. I made some graphics for you. You guys are more than welcome to use the graphics any way that you want. It's a consulting website. There's tutorials. I put tutorial website or tutorials on. I put all the links to all the tutorials, and I put tutorials in the website in the tabs. So it has the written instructions, the video instructions. I put the zip files. I put the images. I put everything. Not only did I do one, I love this Divi theme. I didn't optimize everything, but it's all built with all the plugins. It's all up to date. The banners are in there. You can change the text out very, very easily, very, very quickly. In the tutorials that are already in the members area, you will be able to see exactly how to do it in less than 15 minutes. In fact, it's even faster than that because this is here. But you'll have it up and running. I have the tutorials of how to change what the DW promo bar says here, how to change out your logo with cool text in just a few seconds, how to change. Now, I gave you the consultants banner and I made them so that they were very, very clean, so that you can put any text you want so that you don't have to change the text. I mean, I just wanted to keep it real clean, real simple. Clean and simple is in, and it looks fantastic. So That is a sneak peek at your site. But I was kind of caught between who believes it, let me ask this. Who believes that this website could actually be installed in 2 minutes? Who would believe me? I'm going to prove it. I'm starting the video. Watch this. Can you guys hear the audio?
You want to go to, for the WP clone, we want to go to plugins, we want to go to add new, we want to type in WP by WP Academy. WP Academy, we want to install it now. Okay. Until it activate the plugin. Once the plugin is activated, we come over here to WP clone. We want to restore from our URL. We are going to agree. We open up our URL from our file, which is our WP clone, which is right here. And you click right here. And you click restore. It'll say it's going to take a couple minutes. Is that okay? And it actually doesn't take that long at all.
It's almost done.
As soon as it's done, we will have a website. It's all pre-configured. I have all the files set to where it needs to be. It says that you may need to resave your permalink structure, so let's go here, take a look.
And you don't, or you shouldn't, but double check it anyways.
And the reason that it's like that is because that was my old WordPress login.
Change this.
ADMIN. Please change this as soon as you get
Change it.
installed. ADMIN 1, 2, 3, 4.
The full tutorial is inside.
Permalink, it is saved. We're going to save it one more time. And as you can see, it has all the plugins installed. It has everything in here. Let's just run over here without doing anything, and let's take a look and see what our site looks like. Drum roll, please. Oh my gosh, looky there. Isn't that awesome? And you can move it as many times as you want to. And that's how you get your website up and running.
And there you go. 2 minutes. Boom. That's it. You guys can do this too. Now, I have a question. Who here, because you guys all wanted plumbing, everybody was like, oh, Wes, can we please have plumbing? Who here would like to see this site, a plumbing site, in, oh, I don't know, just a couple minutes? Watch this. This is the beauty of this website. This is the beauty of the theme. And this is how I am going to massively over-deliver for you. I am tickled pink that you guys are here. Thank you for putting up with my little 2-minute thing there. But watch this. Give me 1 second. Let me log in real fast. Give me a second. Load again. It shouldn't matter, but there we go. That should be it. There we go. All right, watch this. When you're here, I did. When you're here and you log into your website, you're going to go to Pages. Somebody set a timer. It's 8:16. Go to Pages. Go to Home. When you're at your home page and it comes up here, it's going to say Load Layout. This is very important. Pay attention to this little check mark right here. Replace the existing content with a loaded layout. So let's go. We want plumbers, right? Here we go. We are now a plumbing site. Who wants to, oh, look at that. It's still 8:16 and we now have a plumber site. Anybody want to bet? Oh my gosh, we have a plumber site. And I also made you guys these graphics so that you'll have these, and you guys are more than welcome to use them however you want. This is fully responsive. You guys, this similar websites to what I am building, there's students selling them for $5,000. RAM, nothing is mobile optimized. RAM, that is a very, very, very good question. I want to make sure that we are very clear on this. There is no 100% solution because there just isn't. There's too many variables involved. But RAM, this is a mobile. This is mobile responsive, and it does turn everything into click to call. But different phones, different things will be displayed differently. For example, I said it was optimized. Watch what happens. It's responsive, but the proper way to do this. And I set this for click to call. If we were on the desktop, it would go to click to call. It takes me over to there. It depends on wherever you want it to go, but there is no 100% solid solution. Just you have to understand that to begin with. But this is also awesome. And you can create as many pages for as many niches as you want and have them ready to go. For example, I just got done talking with the plumber. Plumber didn't bite, right? So I want to go back to my consultant site. No problem. Let's go. Whoops, I just logged out. Let's go back to the consultant site. And I would already be done if I didn't just log out. Here we go. So we go back to pages. We go to home. And you can have one for everything, whatever niche it is. You just build your page first and lay it out the way that you want it. Save your layout. And then tell it, okay, let's go back to our consultants. Here's our consultants. And you load it, you update it, done. As soon as the spinny thing gets done, let's go view our page. Now we're back. Now we're from plumber back to consultant. Boom. Now let's say somebody give me a sentence so you know I'm not just, this is actually live. In fact, I'm going to change this phone number. Somebody put a phone number. I'm going to change this phone number real quick. This is how long it takes to modify this phone number. Business owners love to see themselves. Put their phone number right there, especially before you go to talk to them. So helping you see your goals beyond. Right here. We're going to call today. Somebody give me a phone number. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Anthony, you could have been more inventive than that. 7890. There we go. All right. This is how you make that button a click to call. TEL:123 456 7890. Now, that is the click to call. That is what makes it a click to call button. Then you click save. You click save. You click update, and you're done. Can you see through? Oh, John wants, can you see through? Okay, John, that's perfect. John's posing it. He wants to see, can you see through the marketing challenge right here? Here we go. Then we got one more little piece, and then we'll call it a night, unless you guys have endless questions. Now, you can use code. I put a little bit of code in here, and I explained it in the tutorial. All it is HTML, and I just wanted it bold, so I used bold. So I'll take this out, and John has, can you see? There you go. Can you see through the marketing puzzle? Update, and we can change these other ones too, but I'm just for speed of implementation and just want to show you. This is how fast it is. You can make it say, so with a little bit of time. Here's the thing. I'm giving this to you guys. Please do not get lost spending weeks of trying to perfect your website. More importantly, go out there, take action. When you get a few minutes, play with your website. You have a gorgeous website. And when their website sucks, you can say, hey, you know, by chance, here's one that I'm kind of messing around with. Perhaps I could modify it to you. It'll take you 30 seconds to change it out. You can get banners made and learn Photoshop. Trust me, if you get a handle on graphics, it will change your paradigm. In the meantime, you have me, you have Miranda. We'll work with you. We'll help get this thing going.